Hi guys, it is Tuesday, April 28th, day 6 of irony. At this point, you have done your warm-up, which is some affix review. Again, reach out if you need help. Read my feedback that I give you daily so you can make sure you're improving and getting that practice in and that it is purposeful. Irony, remember, it's all about your expectations. So it is the difference between what you would expect and then typically when the opposite or the contradictory thing happens. Verbal is the contrast between what is being said verbally and what is actually meant. So there can be the overstatement where someone is exaggerating or the understatement where someone is downplaying a situation. Both of these can be done through sarcasm, but there is verbal irony that is not sarcasm. So when you read something and you go, oh, it's not sarcastic, that does not mean that it is not verbal irony. It just means that it's not sarcasm. However, if you read it and you see it's sarcasm 100% of the time, it then does mean that it is verbal irony. Situational. So when a person or a character's efforts produce the opposite of what is expected. So it's the difference between what is expected to happen and then what is actually happens. Like the grammar teacher from yesterday. You would expect that a grammar teacher uses the correct version of to or to, or there or there, or there, they are there, that you would expect that they would use the correct one, but when they don't, that's the opposite of what you would expect because that is their profession. Just like when there's like roaches in the pest control opposite, it's the opposite of what you would expect. Therefore, that's situational irony. Dramatic irony, when the audience knows something that the characters do not. So when you see the apple get poisoned for Snow White and then Snow White doesn't know and she eats it anyways, that is dramatic irony. Fill out the next 3 questions. You can use the notes that are written. Well, I guess my video is above the notes, but the notes are above the check for understanding. Use the notes or pause here and replay the last 2 minutes of what I said so that you can get all 3 points easy for the check for understanding with those attributes. Next is the example. So there is a picture of a man with his glasses on top of his head. And he's going, where are my glasses? I can't find them. And there's someone in the background laughing as they know where their glasses are and are wearing them. This is situational, or is it dramatic? It's dramatic irony because we know that the glasses are on top of his head. Almost caught you there. It's not situational. Some of you have been making the mistake where you think that's situational because you're like, oh, the situation is funny, but it's actually dramatic because we can see that the glasses are on his head just like that person in the background can see the glasses are on top of his head, but he has no idea where they are. Therefore, it's dramatic irony. This one is a little bit difficult, up in the ante on you guys here, right? Okay, so there's a picture of 2 people on the beach like, oh my gosh, and it looks like their plane is on fire, right? So this is situational irony because you would expect that, oh, your plane would not catch on fire while it was just sitting on a beach near water because things can't, be on fire when they're in water. But oh my gosh, their plane is on fire. It is the opposite of what they would expect from a situation. Therefore, it's situational irony. Next, there's a picture of 2 people and it looks like there's a car accident in the background. You're driving on the wrong side of the road. He goes, sorry, I'm practicing driving. I'm wondering, how did I do? And she goes, you did great at driving. But there's an accident in the background. That's verbal irony. She is understating or downplaying the situation. There's a big accident behind her. And she's like, yeah, it's great. She's also being sarcastic in her downplaying. Therefore, it's verbal irony. You guys can go ahead and practice the questions below. More irony, practice some part A's and B's. And then there is a small clip for you and a part A and B practice with it. As always, make sure you do your Lexia and have a great day, guys. See you in office hours.